Sivaya Nama Thiruppallaandu. Welcome back to our discussion on the 9th Thirumurai, 29th Thiruppadigam and the 4th verse. The verse goes this way, Thiruppallaandu. Sollaanda surudhi porul soditha thuimana தொண்டருள்ளீர் சில்லாண்டில் சீதையும் சில தேவர் சிறுநெறி சேராமி வில்லாண்ட கனக திரள் மேருவிடங்கன் விடைப்பாகன் பல்லாண்டென்னும் பதம் கடந்தானுக்கே பல்லாண்டு கூறுதுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Today's verse talks about one very important concept, because as of today we are able to see quite a lot of cult around us. We shouldn't be carried away by those practices. The reason is we should understand the real meaning of spiritual growth. Spiritual growth in the sense we should not be born again. We should be liberated from this particular vicious cycle of birth and death. When is that going to be possible? Only when we get rid of our karmic deeds. By getting rid of our karmic deeds, we can get rid of our birth and death vicious cycle. In order to get rid of our karmic deeds, we should be able to go to someone who can help with that. Imagine if we are able to see someone who is already being born and dead, and if we take them as a god, as in an omnipresent god or an omnipotent god, do you think they can be our savior and they can bring us out of this birth and death cycle? If they had known it, they shouldn't have been born, isn't it? The first place they are born and dead means they are already in this karmic deed. All we have to do is thank them for being a guru, but they cannot be a god. When we say God, the only thing we have to understand is God means someone who is out of this cycle, who is not going to be born, who's never been born in this world, who's never going to be dead as well, and he's going to be there forever. And how do we know that? Only when we start analyzing all the holy texts. Those texts are the one which is going to give us this clarity. All the others are, as in whoever is born and dead, are taken as a messenger, as a guru who is going to guide us in this path, but they are not going to be God. The only God that we are going to talk about here is the one who is going to be not be born or not be dead, and that is Lord Shiva, and that is given to us very clearly by Vedas and Upanishads. Now, once we start analyzing the Vedas in a more deeper manner, we will have this clarity. So, we are not supposed to get entangled with all the other cult practices which will bring us more karmic deeds, or which will bring us more of these sufferings, which is going to be birth and death. Now, we have to sing praises to the one who's going to liberate us from this birth and death vicious cycle, and this person is beyond the word, the single word, which is called as who's beyond this any kind of a time limit. So someone who is beyond this time and space, like what we say, someone who is not even going to be measured with this worldly timely factors. We need to worship that particular person, or that particular omnipotent, omnipresent being, which is what we call it as God, which is what we call it as Lord Shiva. That is what verse number 4 is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Thiruppallaandu.